What a play, play after play after play.
And there it is.
And she is taking over.
Love that.
He's got a lot of room to run.
The greatest conference in the country is showing out tonight, gentlemen.
Wow.
Home run.
That's number one on SportsCenter right there.
Daquan Davis into the paint, and he puts it in for a 2-point lead. Your WCAC champions. Thank you for being with us. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'd like to welcome you all to Tioga Jackson Field, home of the Bishop McNamara Mustangs, where they play host to the DeMatha Stags. 2 weeks left of the regular season in the WCAC, the greatest high school sports conference in the land. I'm Ken Meringolo, joined by Tim Strachan.
Looking forward to it. What a great day. What a great matchup. You know, again, this stuff, for you and me. You went to McNamara. I went to DeMatha. It just kind of brings us back to when we were in high school, the nostalgia. Looking forward to a great matchup today. And as you said, we're getting to the end of the season where things are really starting to get important.
You hold it together over there?
And everything.
Okay?
Well, yeah, I was finishing my lunch.
Yeah, were you more emotional about the cheeseburger or the matchup?
This is where it gets real, though. This is where the rubber meets the road and things start to get real serious.
Just under 4 minutes to go to kickoff. Got some players to watch. We'll start on the DeMatha Stags sidelines, T.
Yeah, we'll go with junior quarterback Denzel Gardner. Look, he can crush you on the ground with his legs. He's an athletic, physical runner for a quarterback, but he can also hurt you with his arm. Evidenced last week when he threw on a first down in overtime a dime to take the lead and eventually win the game, but only to get there with the 50-plus yarder that he threw to tie it up in the first place. So he is a definite dual-threat quarterback, and he's complemented by another junior running back, Bud Coombs, an All-American name with an All-American game. This guy is going to just carry the load for the DeMatha Stags offensively. And then on the defensive side of the ball, number 9, senior Emmett Laws, the Virginia Tech commit. This guy is the policeman, the judge, the jury, and the executioner down there in the trenches. Nothing gets by him, and he brings the pain when he gets into the backfield. And then on the back end, the first one that Bill McGregor talked about yesterday when I got a chance to catch up with him was Jacob Wallace. Just a young man that he has a lot of confidence in. He's got great bloodlines with his brother Josh Wallace, who we covered a whole bunch in his time at DeMatha, who started at UMass and then transferred over to Michigan and is right now the nickelback for Michigan Wolverines. And
there he is, coach of the DeMatha Stags.
My man. For
quite some time. He's just an absolute institution.
40+. He's pushing 50. We didn't get the actual number because of the 5 years in between. He
That's
took
right.
off, but he's been there a long time, man.
Let's go over to the McNamara Mustangs sideline now. It's senior day. Nainoa Miguel, number 12. We're going to put him out there because he's a senior. We understand he may not be. We may not get a chance to see him suit up today. But we do salute our seniors, and the senior passer has had a great year for the McNamara Mustangs. Straight out of Canada, number 26, Charles Fortin, the junior bruiser of a running back. He runs hard, and he gives everything he has between the tackles. He delivers the blow more times than not. Speaking of hard hitting, number 7, Dylan Newman. These guys got bad intentions, as Coach Calhoun likes to say, when he's coming at you as a tackler. We're going to see him all day long. We're going to be saying his name. Another guy who shows up all day long for the Bishop McNamara Mustangs, that's Zach Betts. He does it all, and he will do it all. He's the kind of guy, kind of player who, if there's a spot, if there's something the McNamara Mustangs need, number 58 is the guy who's going to get it done. That's the kind of player we love to see. We got a chance to watch him walk out. He finished things off on senior day here for the Mustangs, walking out with families. And then the coach for the McNamara Mustangs, Coach Greg Calhoun, in his second year, building a program here in Forestville. And the McNamara Mustangs are very proud of what they got going on the gridiron here for the Bishop McNamara community. Matchup between these two teams goes back quite a ways, as the seniors are going to take the field here for Bishop McNamara. They're going to get welcomed on by their teammates and the staff. McNamara and DeMatha have been going back quite some time, too. PG County Catholic institutions. I feel like I've been going to McNamara and DeMatha games since well before I was even in high school.
Oh, I mean, look, one of the greatest memories I have is of McNamara winning this league on the Cadillac left.
We were all there
back in the 90s. So, I mean,
at St. John's.
It is just an awesome time to come out to Forestville and to see these guys. Yes, it's been lopsided, I think, in recent years, but certainly went back in the 90s. It was a little bit more. But Coach Calhoun's got this program headed in the right direction, and this is not the same McNamara team that DeMatha has seen lately, and they're going to get a handful today. They're going to have to deal with this McNamara team that's been playing very good football.
I don't want to hear from Mrs. Strachan that we weren't turning up T's mic. I'm giving him a little extra volume here. I had to turn it down because
I'm the only voice here today. The Ricka usually takes all the volume out of it.
Well, you were on the Ricka setting. That's a little extra. He doesn't need the extra volume because he provides. He's got his own booster inside. So it's going to be Tim Strachan and Ken Meringolo today, courtside or field side, as we like to say here at McNamara. We're underneath the sun.
How is it that we get the best seat in the house everywhere we go?
Well, they just must like us, T. I don't know.
Good hosts.
And talk about last week, of course, we were facing 45+ mile an hour gusts. That won't be the case this week, as it's darn near 80 degrees and sunny. And we're going to let the PA announcer take over. We're working on a prayer and an anthem, and we'll get started after that.
Spectators, please give the student athletes positive encouragement and support. Show respect for opposing players, coaches, and spectators. Please refrain from booing, taunting, or intimidating the officials and opponents. Such behavior is unfriendly and unacceptable. Please respect the integrity and judgment of the game officials. They are doing their best to promote the student athlete in the game. Be a positive representative of your school and community. Please rise for prayer and sing our national anthem. Heavenly Father, we praise and thank you for the gift of life which we abundantly enjoy this afternoon. May our cheers be a song of praise and thanksgiving for all the many blessings you have bestowed on us, and may all the efforts made tonight be offered for the glory of the name of Jesus Christ, your Son, our Lord. Amen.
Amen. T, I always want to make sure I comment. People who are watching, I love the homemade anthems, the band,
I love
the
it
singing.
when the kids do it.
It's the best. Obviously there's some great versions out there. We've heard them all recorded, but I just like to hear when the kids do it. So since this is our last time in McNamara this regular season, I want to say thank you to Dr. Barnhart, to Sandy, Heather, everyone on the administrative staff who just makes it so great for us to be here. Marty, Coach JJ, everybody who works so hard. These people get here. I mean, they're here before we get here. Let's put it that way. And they put in all the hours.
Such gracious hosts.
Yep.
Couldn't be more helpful. We're missing once again Ken Harris. Wish you were here, buddy, but still recovering back at home and hopefully listening to us. But we miss you, buddy.
They are taking good care of us as they always do, and I tell you what, the big man upstairs is giving us quite a great one today. We got the colors of the leaves are turning on the other side of the field. I tell you, Kevin would. I don't think he'd be. He would be.
It'd be a little
weeping
dusty.
right
It'd
now.
be a little
Yeah.
dusty for Kevin right now. He'd be shedding a little tear. This is the perfect day for a fall football game.
It's
no
good
doubt.
to see all the folks in Tailgate Hill are able to put up their tents and umbrellas, keep the sun out.
Is that what that's called? Tailgate Hill. I love it.
I'm sure it's called I just call it Tailgate Hill because it's a hill where people tailgate. And our very first game that we ever did, we were blocking some of those good fine folks. And we're glad to be over here and let them get a good view of the game. McNamara's going to kick things off. DeMatha will receive. Dylan Newman is going to make the call, and it is Keontae Glenn.
Could be taken short by
Cody Williams, looks like, number 2. And they'll get it just past the 20-yard line, and that's where the Stags will pick up 1st and 10. We'll see how they start on offense. Well, McNamara looking for a better start on defense. Last week, Gonzaga came out with an 8-minute drive to start things off. And McNamara regrouped nicely for the rest of that game, but it definitely looking for a strong start on the defensive side, as is Coach McGregor and the Stags on the offensive side.
Well, you got to get a fast start if you're the McNamara Mustangs on defense, because a lot of these guys are two-way players. They're going to be tired when it comes to the fourth quarter, so all the help they can get in the first quarter would be great.
Denzel Gardner in shotgun, waiting for the snap. Throw to the outside. He's got a man. He's going to get to the outside. And they're going to give him to the 31.
I love just starting out with a little quick pitch and catch. You get a little confidence in your quarterback right off the bat.
Bring up 2nd down for DeMatha.
Denzel Gardner, 3.8 grade point average. Just a hard worker. Very reliable, someone Coach McGregor feels very comfortable with as a 3-year starter on this Stags team since a freshman.
Bud Coombs up the middle, makes some people miss, and he's gone at 50, 40, 30, 20. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown to Mathis. Bud Coombs. Great blocking on the offensive line.
Well, there's a reason why we highlighted him, Ken, as one of the top players for DeMatha. It looks like we have a flag on the field, though.
I see it now. I didn't see it
before. This is
before.
going to come back very much likely. It could be holding. But that's why we put him on the board to talk about him. He has, anywhere from 15 to 17, maybe even 20 offers right now from the likes of places like Wisconsin and Maryland. This kid is he is so dynamic. He gets, the lion's share of the load of running for this Stags team, although Coach McGregor was talking about trying to give him a little bit of a breather, a little bit more of a breather with number 21, Elijah Lee. He says Elijah has earned the chance to get a couple more carries and lighten the load for Coombs, but Coombs is their workhorse guy.
It'll end up being 2nd and 2 as the hold happened downfield, spot foul, so they'll remain behind the sticks. Denzel looking to pass again. He's going to hold it, and I believe he'll have enough to move the chains. We'll see. Yep, the referee on the near side is giving the indication.
Well, some people
first down.
Some people looked at and say that that wasn't the play that they really wanted to get, but smart, experienced quarterback knows where he needs to get. He just tucked it, put it away, and picked up a first down for the Stags. They don't always have to look pretty, though, Ken.
LeVar Keys on the wide side of the field here for the Stags. Bud Coombs, the gainer on first down. Dylan Newman on the tackle. And that wasn't Bud Coombs. That was Elijah Lee.
Yeah, Coach said he was going to get him in more. He's deserved to get the ball a little bit. And I told him when I watched that St. John's game last week, Bud Coombs just carried so many times. He says, you're right, he carried it too much. We got to give him a little bit of a break. And Elijah Lee is that guy that's giving him that break right now. Second about 5, right?
Yep. Denzel to pass quickly out to his left. Hits Cody Williams.
Another hitch right now.
That'll be a first down.
DeMatha's offense clicking, doing pretty much what they want. Strong opening drive by the Stags.
DeQuan Thomas on the tackle there for McNamara.
The offensive line, you see them right there, average about 310 to 315. That is enormous for a high school line.
Gardner keeps over the right side. Puts his shoulder down and finishes the play. It's going to be right shy of the sticks. It should be second and about 1.
Right there, Gardner
1 or 2.
showing his speed and his physicality. I mean, I don't know many defensive backs preparing for this DeMatha Stags team when they look at film and see how hard he finishes runs. That can't be fun for any defensive backs.
Especially ones that are also playing wide receiver. It's Bryson plays both ways there. It's a long day when you're making tackles downfield. Gardner quickly out to his right. First down, DeMatha.
Feels like Mustangs right now are kind of, clogging up the middle. They're playing a numbers game right now. They know that DeMatha wants to run the ball, but they're forcing them maybe to throw the ball outside a little bit, get away from that middle. They're really packing it in there and forcing DeMatha to go to the edges. Not a bad philosophy by Coach Calhoun and his staff.
Coombs and Gardner in the backfield. Rebby Robinson in motion.
They've walked the safeties up.
Coombs straight up the middle. He breaks away. 10-5. Touchdown DeMatha. No flags on the play. That'll stand as DeMatha gets on the board.
Just excellent blocking, excellent running by the Stags right there. As I said, right before the snap, they walked the safeties up. It looked like they had about 4 linebackers with the safeties walked up, and they had everybody in there. But a great little lane for Coombs to walk through. Had to bust through one arm tackle and then off to the races after that.
DeMatha on for the extra point attempt. It's like Michael will give it a go. High snap, handled well. Doink! We get to say our first doink of the season.
Oh.
Doinked it off the left upright. High snap brought down well by the holder there.
Yeah, Coach talked about Micah Velo. I mean, this young man, last year, Ken, he played soccer.
Yep.
The season for soccer ends 1 week before the football season ends, and that's because DeMatha was in the championship game. The kid comes out and says, hey, Coach, I'd like to try to kick. He was so good that Coach used him in the championship game. He actually had a kickoff in the championship game, and then during the offseason, Coach said to him, we really don't have a kicker or a punter. Do you think you can do both? This young man taught himself, for the most part, how to kick and punt a football, went to a couple camps, got a little bit of teaching, but did the work himself and has earned not only the kicking but also the punting duties for this DeMatha Stag team. Just a great story right there.
Yeah, Mike, just a little rush there on the extra point attempt. 6-0. Under 8 to go here in the first quarter. McNamara get their first shot on offense. Kick is deep, and it'll be a touchback.
I spoke to Bill McGregor yesterday for about an hour. He just talked about the fact that McNamara has some playmakers that he's worried about. He doesn't want to get the ball in the hands of guys like TJ or anybody who's going to, possibly cause some damage, because he knows that they have some guys on the other side of the ball that can make a difference in a game. Very complimentary of Coach Calhoun and what he's doing over here in Forestville with this program.
And we'll get the true freshman, Tristan Johnson, again playing for Nino Miguel. He had a tough week, concussion in last week's game against Gonzaga. And Kerry Watson, the offensive coordinator here, has had a week now to work. And we're going to get that stop dead.
Oh, they don't want to start off. getting behind the chains. That's a delay of game. That's tough on the first down.
First and 15, right out of the gate.
Well, it's already hard. Right now you're making itself harder. Harder on yourself.
First and 15. Lawrence Washington out wide. And the give is to Fortin. And he finds his way through. He's over the right-hand side. He spins. Missed a couple guys miss. It gets the penalty yardage back and then some. It'll be second and short here for the Mustangs. Good run on first down.
Yeah, that was about a 10, 11-yard run for Fortin, the force from the north. And that wasn't exactly a physical run. That was more agility. That was, some pirouetting, a couple of spins. Great vision up at the line of scrimmage, going from left and then cutting all the way right across the field.
Tristan Johnson Fortin in the backfield. TJ in motion. Flag right away.
Usually that's against the defense if the play is
It could either be a shift or a encroachment. They're going to talk about it.
I'll tell you what, Ken, if you ever want to meet love and anxiety together, spend a little time with the starting quarterback's mom before a game.
There you go.
Mrs. Johnson came up, was very complimentary of us because Tristan took over duties for Miguel last week. And, I can't imagine what it's like to be the mom of the starting quarterback on any given day, especially when you're the freshman for the Mustangs going against the DeMatha Stags.
And that is
He's going to be all right, Mom. He's going to be all right.
Illegal shift, 5-yard penalty, backs the Mustangs up. It'll be 2nd and 8. They had a good run by Fortin, negated. Quick pass. Campbell's will get a gainer to bring up 3rd and about 4 for this Mustang offense. Maybe 3, 3rd and 3 we'll call it. And they'll get right back to the line. Ben Chandler checks in, number 6. We know he's somebody they like to get the ball to.
Yeah,
that's right. Lugard singled up on the right side, and that's who they're going to, and they're going deep. But that wasn't Lugard. I'm sorry, that was not Lugard. That was Mason Samuels on the deep ball.
What a great
Tristan
ball.
Johnson.
Put that ball only where your player can get it and nobody else, and then he lays out for it, makes a great catch.
You think we'd
and
be
the
able
Mustangs get their first down, the first down of the day.
Fortin on the right, over the right side. He'll get chased out of bounds.
They just need those kind of plays, Ken. Mustangs just need those successes to know, hey, we can do this, guys. The earlier they do it, the more they feel like, hey, you got the confidence to keep doing this throughout the entire football game. And when you got guys like Samuel stepping up, right? Guys that we haven't really spoken of a whole lot, but stepping up, making big plays.
Quick throw out to the left-hand side. TJ Cambless. Flag comes in late, and we'll see what that's about. But once again,
maybe an illegal block, but
Coach Watson and Tristan Johnson in sync on this first drive and getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly.
I'm really impressed with the Mustangs' opening drive here offensively. Even when they've had a couple of setbacks, they've been able to overcome them, but they're going to have one more.
That's
here.
Another setback.
But really impressed with how they're kind of mixing things up, making easy, high percentage throws for the freshman quarterback, Johnson, and the playmakers making plays when they get the ball in their hands.
It'll be 2nd and long. It's the 3rd offensive penalty for McNamara on this drive. Fortin is going to power his way forward. He'll get most of those penalty yards back.
He's showing his field vision today. He's done a great job of making a couple cuts right at the line of scrimmage and extending plays, where in the past we've seen, against the likes of Good Counsels or St. John's, the St. John's of the world, he wasn't able to do that, but having some success early today.
It'll be 3rd down. Pass outside is complete,
close.
but it'll be short. Now they didn't move the down marker. Maybe I could have had that wrong. I thought it. Okay, it is going to be third down. So we were behind the sticks.
It's going to be third and about 2, maybe 3.
Yep.
But it's about as best as you can expect, given where they were.
Well, the referees are going to chit-chat.
They like to do that. Oh, we got a timeout.
We got a timeout on the field. Now, again, don't take our word for anything ever. I thought the penalty brought up a repeated second down and that this would actually be fourth, but
no, it was 2nd and 12.
Yeah, I was wrong. And they're bringing everybody back to this ain't a timeout, guys. We just had to talk about it for a second. See what Coach Calhoun dials up here in this short yardage play. You know who they want? They want big number 26 to get this, and it's about as tall an order as you can ask for in terms of going against a defensive front. Play gets relayed in. We got a whistle and a timeout. It'll be a timeout for Bishop McNamara as Coach Calhoun just wants another chance to talk about it with his offense.
Well, Calhoun knows how precious it is. Down in DeMatha territory, faced with a 3rd and short, how important it is for them to get this first down here, because they know they're going to be faced with a lot of 3rd and longs today. They know they're going to be faced with a lot of adversity. When it is a manageable down, it is an extremely important down for this Mustang team, and he knows how important it is here. I mean, how great would it be for this McNamara offense to be able to put points on the board on their opening drive and tie things up early here, or even possibly even take the lead.
I had a chance to talk to Mr. Johnson, who served as a Green Beret for 20 years. We thanked him for his service. He is the exact dude you want, by the way. If you're looking for guys who
I would say so.
The greatest home jersey in the world, that being the red, white, and blue, Mr. Johnson is it. We talked a lot. Tristan's been working hard. He's a true freshman, but he's been working on his game. He's been at camps.
Well, I know he's in good hands with Chris Bosch over there at the quarterback factory.
Right.
My mentor, my coach.
That's
back
right.
In the day.
And he's getting tested.
I was your first,
right
though, Chris. Don't ever forget it.
And the true freshman is going to size up this DeMatha defense.
Under the direction of Bishop McNamara alum and our head coach, Riley Holbert.
Clock is pumped.
You know, I used to be on the front website of Quarterback Factory until Caleb Williams came along. And then I got bumped to the back page. Nobody knows me anymore.
I don't know if I'm okay with that, T.
I'm okay with it.
Chandler and Samuels bump out wide. Quick throw out wide, and it's going to be dropped for a loss.
What a play.
Was that Wallace? Get a look at that jersey number.
It was Jacob Wallace. That's why
Jacob
Coach
Wallace
brings him up. When I said, hey, tell me about your backfield. Was it Wallace or? Yeah, it was Wallace.
I think it was number 3, and that is going to bring up
fourth down territory for sure.
4th and 6. And they're pushing the ball to number 11. Lugard. Wide right. Singled up. It's going to be out to Fortin. And he'll bounce off the first would-be tackler. It'll be a short gain and a turnover on downs.
Yeah, they're definitely playing the perimeter game, trying to get the ball on the outside to your playmakers and make up some plays. But a promising drive brought to a halt by this DeMatha Stags. Very, very good defense.
Hey, keep the ball away from Emmett Laws and his buddies on the inside there. Be 1st and 10 for the Stags. The ball sitting at the 36-yard line. The DeMatha 36. And Elijah Leal start the drive off at running back for the Stags. There's a look at that offensive line.
It's just massive. I mean, the lightest guy is, I think, 295. And they call him tiny.
You got Kai Jones, number 40. There's a lot of people in that backfield. Elijah Lee. He'll fight forward for about a gain of 3.5 or so, 4 yards. But they had, look at the amount of blockers they had. Not that offensive line. You got Kai, Remy. I mean, that's a brawl in the trenches. Denzel Gardner waiting for the snap on 2nd and 7. Looking to throw out to his left immediately. Looked like the intended receiver was Tyler Faison. What, is that right? No, I'm sorry. That's number 16, Vincent Ordens. Don't know that Tyler Faison's been targeted a whole lot in the passing game.
The linebacker?
Yeah.
No, my former
Hey.
my former teammate Hezekiah Faison's son, yeah.
I'm never.
He's an athlete, but he doesn't go from linebacker to wide receiver very easily.
In this league, though, you just call it the number because you never know because everyone can play ball. 3rd down. Denzel to throw. And that's going to be good to move the sticks.
I give the assist there to the Stags offensive line for giving Denzel Gardner plenty of time to hang in there and let that play develop downfield. A little over-under curl out route, and the curl opened up late, and he delivered a great ball.
Emmanuel Dyson,
Big play.
the receiver there for DeMatha. 1st and 10.
Dyson was rated a 4-star entering the season. Still playing at a 4-star. Got hurt a little bit. It's really coming on strong here late.
Elijah Lee, he'll pick up a couple. At the point of attack there, Ben Chandler for the Mustangs.
On the run. 2nd down.
McNamara winning a couple times on 1st down, but they got to really help themselves out on 2nd and force 3rd and long on these Stags.
Empty backfield. Lugard.
Ooh,
He was coming hard
He
there.
was coming hot.
But Denzel got the ball out of his hands quickly.
But not much of a gain, and they are going to force the Stags into a 3rd and looks like 10.
Yeah, LeVar Keys there was running sideways. Pretty much any of these top 5 teams in the WCAC, once you get someone going sideways, there's very few guys who are going to be able to outmatch the top 7 on the other side. There's some.
LeVar Keys picking up a Virginia Tech offer just this past week. That's how good he's been coming on.
Gardner to throw. Plenty of time. Completion, 1st down.
Well, anytime a quarterback has that much time, look at this. He has nobody even near him. He could have had a little one of those burgers we just ate sitting back there in that pocket.
Vincent Ordens, the junior, with another big catch on this drive. It was Ben Coombs in the backfield, and he'll swing out wide left. Empty backfield for Gardner. Keeper, Denzel, he'll get to about the 25-yard line. A lot of action here. Low snap. Denzel, great hands.
And this is where he becomes extremely dangerous when he's able to bring the ball down and turn a play that is, sort of broken or not going to happen into something huge for the Stags because of his ability to pull it down and run. That'll be quarters.
1st quarter in the books, and that's a quick one. But 2 good drives here for DeMatha in the 1st quarter, 1 ongoing. 0-0, 6-0 lead for the Stags, and I guess you could say with the ability for DeMatha to execute the way they're doing, again, opportunity to say some names, that offensive line for DeMatha.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I talked with Coach McGregor yesterday. He highlighted a few of these guys. Mason Lindsay, number 71.
He jumps off the screen.
He's 6'5", 6'6", 305 pounds. Number 52, Ashton Booker, 6'5", 330. And also number 77, Therese Davis, 6'6", 305. Therese Davis last year played tight end. Right now, he's playing at 305 pounds. I mean, these guys are doing a great job at giving Denzel Gardner, I almost said Washington, Denzel Gardner, all the time he needs. He hasn't had a chance to really sit in a pocket and be able to survey a field, and he needs that development in his game. If he's able to lift his passing game up to the level of how he can run it, this kid could be a very, very dangerous quarterback. But when you got a line with guys like that ahead of you, it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, for goodness sake.
Davis is a Maryland commit. He actually is already committed to Maryland. I talked about Booker. He's a right guard. He's at 330 now. He was 360 at one point, and he's slimmed down to a slim 330.
Well, we just talk about size, power, strength, speed. This conference is just absolutely chock full of it. And that's the one thing we talked to Greg Calhoun on the McNamara side. It starts his program out. First order of business he's really succeeded at is increasing the size and the strength of this McNamara squad, because you got to go against these kinds of teams, and first play of the second quarter will be whistled dead before it even starts.
This is going to push delay a game. I don't understand that coming out of a dead ball, how you can have a delay game.
Well, you'll see frustration on the coach's side. You want communication from the referees. The fact that that's now happened twice to start drives.
One for each team, yeah.
You wonder if the communication is working out here. Look to clean that up between the referees and the coaches. I know Coach McGregor and Coach Calhoun. In fact, this both sidelines, you could tell both of the situations are like, come on.
Well, this is critical here. If McNamara can get a good stop, it's only second down, but they want to keep him back here on the field.
Gardner sidearm action out to the side,
nice
quick
tackle, Chandler.
LeVar Keys.
Chandler, that alley player. That's a tough guy to throw that little quick hit or two, because it's on his side. He's gonna clean it up. Another big third down. This is like a tweener, right? I don't know if this is close enough for DeMatha to think about just kicking a field goal. So that's how big this third down is right now.
Ben Coombs in the backfield, third and short, 3 or 4 yards here, very manageable for Coombs. He'll get brought down right around that line of scrimmage. It won't be good enough for a first down.
We've covered McNamara's. This is the fourth game
of
McNamara's we've covered. And the first time I've seen number 77,
He's healthy out there.
Chisley. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just take a look at that guy right there in the middle. That was a scary sight for Coombs. That guy came through almost untouched. Great to see that big guy getting some time.
Absolutely. Denzel Gardner on fourth down, looking to his left. Quick throw out. We can't tell if that's going to move the sticks or not. I believe it will. First down to DeMatha.
And again, that's just a line giving Denzel way too much time and allowing his receivers, to run past the sticks. That's a 15-yard route right there. That takes some time to get that done.
Oh, that's a great throw, too. You're talking about from the short side to the wide side, outside the hash, outside the numbers. It's a good-looking throw from number 4. Handoff up the middle. Elijah Lee, the first down gainer.
Short run. Second down.
Second down, under 10 to go here in the first half. Elijah Lee in the backfield. Up the middle, Elijah Lee inside the 20.
At about the 12.
Yeah, it's going to bring up third and short here for DeMatha. And their offensive drives have been eating up clock.
That offensive line just
asserting themselves.
A lot for this Mustang front four to deal with.
Gardner shakes a tackle, and he'll be brought down. Now there's going to be a flag at the end, and we'll see who it's on. McNamara thinks it's on them, yeah.
Flag on the flag. Face mask.
Yeah, he just Lugard didn't intend to. He just doing the best he can, trying to make a play, and his hand got stuck on.
That would have been a huge stop if they were able to get it. But it's going to be first down.
We talked about it last week, and Ken, we talked about it on the way here, just you and I, how much growth Lugard Edipaye has made as a defensive end in just a couple of weeks. He's really becoming a force, someone who's getting in the backfield, regardless of who he's playing against.
So they still got third down and short up. I apologize for saying they were going to move the sticks on that. Off the ground, Elijah Lee inside the 5, touchdown, DeMatha. As Denzel Gardner's been getting his money's worth on the low snaps, and he's been handling them perfectly.
Yeah, and well blocked up front. They spread it out. They spread that defense out. Defense could not pack it in between the tackles like they like to. And Elijah Lee, again, making one guy miss and getting the ball in the end zone.
And there's another look at the blocking up front.
We talked about Davis being a Maryland commit. Also, Lindsey is committed to Pitt. His dad played for Bill, played a little college ball himself. But all these guys, we talk so much about how these guys are going to be, playing on Saturdays once they leave the high school level, and some of them even on Sundays.
And we'll get that scoreboard bug worked out. Referees get things situated here on the extra point attempt. Good snap. Kick is up, and it's through the uprights. Extra point is good. That'll be 13-0, DeMatha.
For the most part, I'm pretty impressed with how the Mustangs come out defensively. They've done a pretty good job of putting DeMatha in a couple of precarious situations. Just that DeMatha's so good, they've been able to get themselves out of them.
I mean, you talk about mistakes you just can't afford to make against a team like DeMatha. On offense, they got marched back on 3 separate occasions. On defense, you have, again, Lugard wasn't trying for the face max, but hey, when a play like that goes against you and you give DeMatha another chance in short yardage, I mean, these are mistakes that teams like DeMatha make you pay for.
Well, it's almost unfair to say. For McNamara to beat DeMatha, they got to play almost a flawless game. They can't have those mistakes because the history of DeMatha's program precedes it, right? You see how they are a machine on offense no matter what. And the Mustangs doing everything they can, but they got to stop hurting themselves with penalties and mistakes.
Micah with the kick. We'll see. It's going to be a touchback. McNamara will get things started.
Mustangs, first down.
1st and 10. Another crack on offense with 8:43 to go in the first half. Facing a 13-point deficit. See what Coach Watson has in store.
Well, they've already proven they can make some plays, right? They've got that confidence now. They've just got to put it together on a more consistent basis. Man, these bees like you, man.
I mean, it's this weather.
Your nickname is Sugar.
That is
so,
true.
I mean,
that is true.
Makes sense.
But this 80-degree temperature just wakes them up. It's they think it's springtime again.
Beautiful out here in Forestville.
Clock stopped. We're going to have a timeout by McNamara, and I wonder if they got behind the clock again. And I gotta believe that's what's going on out there. So we'll see if again if we can get away from these drive opening delay of game penalties. We're not transitioning. Couldn't ask for a better one though, T.
Oh, it's always fun coming out here to Forestville. I'd venture to even say this is one of my favorite places to watch a football game. The atmosphere is great. The fans, the support.
Yep.
You know, and McNamara being, you know, one of the teams as of late who's usually on the bottom of this top-heavy conference. Just the support, the community support, it's great out here.
Ain't no quitting McNamara, that's for sure, and it's evidenced by what they're doing. I mean, they've made a commitment to this program and to Coach Calhoun, and it's showing up. You know, and it takes time, and everyone understands that. But you can see it. First down run, a tough first down run. Lawrence Washington.
Yeah, we saw him get a few carries in the last couple of weeks. He's another one that's proven that the coaches can trust in him and picking up some tough yardage. And that is a tough run for that young man.
Well, the future is now for 32. They'll be able to keep him around for a little while as he'll step into a larger role next season. And he gets another carry, sees a hole.
Vision.
Hole closes fast. But he picks up some positive yardage.
That's Emmett Laws right there, the Virginia Tech commit. This kid, just awesome. Awesome young man. Coach told me yesterday that how he lives in Pennsylvania, 2 hours away from DeMatha. He takes a train and an Uber to school each morning and each evening. A 2-hour travel both ways to go to DeMatha. That's called commitment. But he says he's one of those old school throwback guys. Loves them.
Handoff again over the right side. He got some running room. It's going to bring up third and short. It's Lawrence Washington, the little spark here for the Mustang offense.
Mustangs, third down.
Looked like Dante Jackson on the stop.
Great
for DeMatha.
Hat on hat. Good job by the Mustangs getting some
Actually,
room.
I misspoke. Jamonte Dance Anderson.
This is one they need to get.
3rd and 2. We'll see if 32 gets another shot at it. And he does. And he'll plow his way forward, and he'll be right at the sticks, and we'll see what the referee says. And they're going to give McNamara a first down. Moving the chains.
Second big play by Daniel Nelson.
And the referee's
defensive lineman, 6'2", 250 for the Stags.
Got an official's timeout. And I'm not sure what it's all about.
Sticks out, maybe.
No, they already called the first down.
Oh, they did.
But the head umpire, they're looking at the world's smallest screen if they're looking at anything. It's something that looks like an Apple Watch. But we'll see. Maybe he's having – you know what? Maybe it's the clock. Maybe he's – because the play clock is
off.
Yeah, it's currently off. We'll see if he might have to keep that on the field. At least that would explain some of the
We didn't have a play
issues.
clock when I played. We had to talk to the referee.
That's right.
In the back, and he had to let us know when it was getting low. I mean, the fans, nobody knew what the play clock ever was.
Well, he's throwing another wrinkle into the lap of a true freshman quarterback if they have to keep the clock on the field.
Well, listen, he as a freshman, he is managing this game extremely well so
Absolutely.
far. A quarter and a half in. I mean, that's all you want to ask for from a young quarterback is someone who's not going to hurt you. He's going to put your school and your team in a position to be successful, and so far that's what he's been doing. You don't have to be a superhero. Not all heroes wear capes, right?
No, that was
right
a cell phone. That is true, T. We do know that. I don't know if maybe he missed a call or something. The one referee literally came out holding a cell phone.
Was he
waving
checking
around
our
at him.
feed? Is that what he was doing?
I hope not. Well,
we're happy
with
to
Kevin,
provide
with
that.
Kevin not here, the referees are probably feeling a little safer.
There's been a few times we've done games where our replay may have been very helpful.
That is correct. And looks like the play clocks are off, and looks like they will keep this on the field, at least for the time being. Tristan Johnson, quick throw. Big hit. We'll see if the ball came loose.
Isaiah Inman.
And they did.
The tight end, nice little floater right there. Just a little quick pop pass to the inside slot, but he wasn't able to hold on to it on his way down. It was a huge hit. Jostled it loose. And this is going to be a killer for this Mustang team that had a little momentum offensively.
Defense comes on for the Mustangs. It'll be a turnover. It's DeMatha with 6:45 to go here in the first half. Going offense 1st and 10. And you're right, good execution all the way till the end
Well,
there.
they're getting the ball out of the young quarterback's hands quickly, right? So that's all by design because you don't want him.
And he's finding the
He's being accurate with the ball. He's giving his team a chance. It's just unfortunate off that huge hit, he wasn't able to hold on to it. Can't fault him for that.
Ball sits at midfield here. 50 yards to go to pay dirt here for DeMatha. Throws out wide right.
What a great play.
LeVar Keys again with the catch.
Andrew Hicks on the stop. Man, he was even fighting off a blocker out there on the wide receiver screen, able to get around and make a huge hit.
2nd and 10. Coombs in the backfield. 3 wide to Denzel's left. It gives to Coombs. It's met at the line of scrimmage. Coombs will fight forward.
Trent Taylor, the initial hit.
Rocco Gilbert in on the stop as well.
Yeah, he came in and helped him clean it up.
And it'll be 3rd and 8.
This is what I'm talking about, Ken, right? The Mustangs have done pretty good on 1st and 2nd down.
Yep.
Forcing tough 3rd downs for the Stags offense, but the Stags were able to pick up 3rd and long situations. This is a huge 3rd down stop for these Mustangs.
Gardner looking to throw. Time again.
No good.
Incomplete pass. It'll bring up 4th down. We'll see what Coach McGregor wants to do here.
Yeah, try to go over the middle to Vincent Ordonez. And the ball just a little low and behind. Some good pressure that time by the Mustangs defense.
4th and 7
here.
And now they'll call a timeout.
That's a lot of confidence in your defense right now. Go for it on 4th down at midfield.
It's their first timeout for DeMatha.
No, they're going to kick.
And they'll change personnel. And Micah will come out.
You know, when we talk about Micah being a kicker, he also is the punter. Never done it before. Coach said, listen, we don't have a punter either. Is it something you could do in the offseason? He said, yeah. Taught himself how to not only kick, but also punt. Went to a couple camps, honed his craft, and is the all-around specialist for these Stags.
Well, there's no weak spots on teams in this league, and there's specials are no exception. From the kicker to the holder to the long snapper, people will get scholarships out of our conference to do all of those things, and there's a reason why. It's because kids like Micah. It's not just they don't just want to make the team and stand on the sidelines. They actually figure out how to contribute, and they become good.
You talk about the long snapper. Coach says number 17, Luke O'Hare, nicknamed Spaghetti, by the way. He was a backup quarterback but wanted to contribute to the team, so he said, hey, Coach, you think I could try long snapping? And Coach says, hell yeah, that's such an important part. And being a quarterback, it's just throwing it between your legs. And he's a guy that, said, hey, I want to contribute, find a way to get on the field. And he's found a way.
Snap is good. Punts away, and it's a good one. Fair catch called for TJ Cambless. 1st and 10 at the 20 for the McNamara Mustangs. It looked like Kai Jones snapped that ball, T.
Mustangs, 1st down.
Keep our eyes on that. We'll see if with 5.5 to go here in the first half, if McNamara can get something going on offense, and by that, something sustained. They've been able to make some plays. Charles Fortin's been able to be physical as a running back and gain positive yardage. Tristan Johnson, like you said, finding open receivers. But it's not.
Without a doubt.
They haven't been able to punch it in. They haven't been able to get into that red zone.
But without a doubt, the best offensive performance we've seen from these Mustangs so far in the 4 games that we've covered this year. They have gotten better. They're having some success. They just need to figure out a way to finish it.
Got to close it out.
Yep.
Tristan Wide right to right. Ben Chandler.
Oh.
And
did McNamara recover? They did. He lost that ball. Chandler tried to make a great move, and he did. But by doing so and getting that extra effort, whoever comes flying in here, I think it's number 1 for DeMatha, Dante Jackson, got his hand on the ball and knocked it loose. Lugard was there to clean it up for the Mustangs.
Thank God for his 8-foot wingspan. He can cover quite a piece of territory there. Lugard can. Charles Fortin settling things down with a gain on second down. It's going to be third.
Well, that's where the first down, negative yardage play hurts you. Now you're faced with 3rd and long instead of. It looked like he was originally going to get maybe 2 or 3 yards. You give Fortin 2 or 3 yards. Now you're faced with 3rd and 5. But these are tough 3rd downs for this McNamara offense.
4 wide receivers in for the Mustangs. Johnson looking to throw. He's got a little time. Steps up into the pocket and closes around him, and he'll be brought down. Be 4th down for the Mustangs.
Let's see if there's any penetration. He may pull this down a little too early. That's experience for you. You got to know and trust that those guys are going to protect you. You got 7 yards. That means your wide receivers have got to get at least 8 to 10 yards downfield, so it takes a little while. He may have had a chance to step up and keep his head upfield to deliver a ball there, but tried to pull it down and make a play and not able to get it done.
Keontae Glenn in to punt. Wind's starting to whip up a little bit. Nothing like last week, but definitely a factor in the kicking game. Good snap. Punt is away. Line drive.
Ooh, almost touched a DeMatha player.
It almost touched a DeMatha player. Looked like Jamonte Dance Anderson was getting blocked. Everyone was we were all like, well, I wonder if that ball's going to bounce into him. Close.
This is where it gets hard. This is where, a DeMatha team kind of wears down a McNamara team because of the field position. They're the more experienced, the bigger, stronger, faster team that is now in an advantage, taking over at just past midfield in McNamara territory.
Stronger and faster? Coombs, Gardner. Coombs with the carry. And he gets positive yards. It's going to be 2nd and about 4 here for DeMatha. And he got a head of steam.
Yeah,
in that hole right there.
Running behind Lindsey. Man, he is a good-looking player.
Yep.
Booker and Lindsey on the right side. Anthony Chuman and Therese Davis.
Cody Williams in motion.
On the left.
Denzel to throw. He wanted to go deep right away. He'll run positive yards. Be ready to sticks. He had a couple different times when he almost uncorked it.
Well, that's his physicality right there. He does not run the ball like a quarterback. He runs it.
There's one
like
right
a
there.
Running back.
He sees it again right there, and then he spins out of a team tackle.
And he will not go down.
1st and 10 for the Stags. Because the clock's moving here in the first half. Just under 3 minutes to go now. DeMatha looking to pad their 13-point lead. 2-yard gain on 1st down. Flag on the field.
Here's another little interesting tidbit I learned about Bud Coombs. Not only does he have a great name, he's got a great baseball game, Ken.
Ooh.
He's a center fielder. He went to San Diego in the offseason over the summer for a top 50 players in the country, sort of like showcase. He's got the ability to not only go to college but possibly even a professional level as a baseball player. That's how good of an athlete Bud Coombs is.
I can see him ranging for fly balls out there in center field. Gardner, inside slant, incomplete.
Hands broken up.
Going with a little slant here, a little read slant, probably a called play. Oh, and a great play in the back end by number 18, Bryson Shelton for the Mustangs, meeting the ball right where it was and knocking it loose.
Another third down chance here for the Mustangs defense. Bunch formation to the left. Gardner out to the right. That ball's going to skip off the ground. It'll bring up fourth down.
That's what happens when you got 6'8" coming off the edge. Lugard, Edipaye, putting his big wingspan, as you had mentioned, Ken, out there and forcing Gardner to really kind of throw that ball real awkwardly.
Yeah, he gets home when he's still a block away. Fourth down. They'll be going for it here on offense. We got Elijah Lee in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. And he's on his way, and I believe that's going to be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, and again, they just let him off the hook. I mean, Lugard had a shot at him in the backfield, wasn't able to bring him down. These are tough runners for DeMatha. Arm tackles aren't going to bring them down, and they're running through a few of them and picking up big first downs whenever the Stags need it.
On the fire lane, your car will be towed. So please move your car.
First and 10 inside the 20 here for DeMatha. Play whistle dead. It's going to be a false start on DeMatha. They'll back him up 5 yards. First and 15.
Once again, if you park in the fire lane along the church from Mount Calvary parking lot.
I know no one here listening parked over in a fire lane, but, you know, as a PSA, don't park in the fire lane. Your car will be towed.
Cool.
That's not cool, man.
That's not cool, man.
First and 15 from the far hash. Gardner with the give. DeMatha will get some penetration there as we get a chance to say the name of 44, Kendrick Young, who joins forces with Dylan Newman on senior day.
Man, there's a lot of different players stepping up for this Mustang team today, making names for themselves. Guys we haven't really called out before in the last few weeks, but
Dylan Newman's a ball player.
Stepping up, making some big plays.
Man, he's special. Coombs spins into the line. And this might be one of the first third and longs, or maybe the second third and long.
One of the first few. They have forced some third and longs. But I think I haven't kept track, but I think the third down conversion rate for the Stags, no matter whether it's third and short or third and long, is pretty darn good right now.
Yeah, they're getting what they want.
I'd say they're at about an 80% clip at least.
Coombs, left side, and he'll get brought down. Is that Zach Betts?
Of course it is. Man, he's a player.
Tackle made by number 58.
He's someone we've enjoyed seeing. Well, you, Kevin, and I have had a chance to see him up close.
The ultimate team player.
Yep.
You know, a guy that you know, he's really a defensive specialist. That's where he's most comfortable. That's where he can play his best ball. But the coach went up to him and said, "Hey, listen, you know, we're not good on the offensive line. We need some help." And he says, "Coach, I'll do whatever it takes to help this team play." And so he's been going both ways for these Mustangs. And I mean, I couldn't imagine another player that's more tired, banged up, bruised, and needs an ice bath and a couch after every single game.
Timeout on the field. We'll see what DeMatha brings out in terms of offense. It looks like they're going to go for it on fourth down here. So ball sitting just outside the 20-yard line.
Well, that would be a 38, 39-yard field goal.
Yeah, wind's kind of crossing the field, not necessarily in anyone's face or at anyone's back. 4 wide receivers in. Coombs in the backfield. Gardner to throw. Completion.
And too much of a cushion on the outside. You got to know where the sticks are. You got to be able to come up and meet the ball. But see that cushion right there is just a little too much. What a great route.
Yeah, Varkey's has been having a good first half.
What a great route. Knows where he needs to go. Good protection.
In sync with Denzel Gardner, too.
Just a timed out,
all
perfectly
day.
timed out pitch and catch. Good execution by the Stags.
5.7 seconds to go here.
But I think that's going to be the story, right, of the Mustangs. They're so much improved, but they're not quite there yet, right? There's times where they feel like they're getting there, but then it just they have too many disappointments. And when you're playing against a team that's bigger, faster, stronger, like the Stags, it hurts you. It wears you down a little too much over the course of a full football game.
We're going to take the clock back up to 20 seconds here as it ran down there after the ball carrier ran out of bounds.
DeMatha can still run the ball because they have some timeouts left. Scoreboard says 3, but I believe it may only be 2.
They'll get that sorted out here. Coach Calhoun is getting a few words in with the head umpire.
And they're going to talk again, Ken. All right, here we go.
And the ball carrier did not go out of bounds there, but maybe it was a timeout. I mean, the ball, you don't stop after you could stop to place the ball, right? But that's about it. .20 seconds on the clock. Gardner moving out to his left. He's going to keep it on the ground. He'll be dropped about the 6-yard line. As DeMatha will get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll call a timeout. 7.5 seconds to go.
Daquan Thomas and Jalen Higginbotham both in on that tackle, as well as, I believe, Kendrick Young again.
Yep, Kendrick Young been active on this drive. Trying to hold DeMatha to a field goal or better here is what they're trying for, is to get a look at.
Well, you only got 7.5 on the clock, if that's correct. It would be a huge win, mini win for these Mustangs if they can keep the Stags off the board completely.
Keep them out of the end zone.
They may have a chance to throw one ball maybe into the end zone. Generally, a play is 6 seconds long on average, so they have one shot at the end zone here, and if not, then I bet they run out Micah Velo for a field goal attempt if there's any time left on the clock. No, Micah's out there now, so they're going to go for the field goal now.
Field goal in.
Coach McGregor and staff feel like maybe they don't want to chance it.
It's a good snap, good hold. It's a good kick. As DeMatha Stags add to their lead, it'll be 16-0 with just over 4 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll get a kickoff, and I believe McNamara will get the ball first in the second half. We'll have a lot to talk about here at halftime. Definitely trying to say solving the riddle of DeMatha's offensive line. It's not really a riddle. It's pretty. This is what we are, and let's go right at it. Yeah.
But I think Calhoun's going to go in at halftime and tell these Mustangs, listen, guys, we're right there.
Yep.
We're right there. We just can't finish it off. We can't keep hurting ourselves. We can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We know how good this team is, right? So it's a simple message, and it's just play smarter, play more fundamental. And don't hurt yourself. If you guys don't do that, you give yourself a chance to get back into this game. They get the ball coming out again, too, at halftime.
They went in down 14-0. We'll get that score updated for you here from 13 to 16. It's a 16-point lead here in the first half. McNamara went into the locker room last week down 14-0 to Gonzaga. They made some adjustments. Kick is a low driving kick.
And that'll be it.
That'll be it for the first half. 16-0 is your score as the DeMatha Catholic Stags 16, the Bishop McNamara Mustangs 0. We'll be back for the second half right after this. Stay with us.
Referees, would you mind please stepping off the field? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to center field for a performance from our Bishop McNamara dance team under the direction of head coach Danielle Williamson. Let's make some noise for your Bishop McNamara dance team.
Thank you for sticking with us for the second half of action down here on a pretty amazing summer day in Forestville.
You couldn't ask for anything better than this.
We got Big G Wincy in the background. The Bounce Beat Kings. Saw the referees were getting down to it here at halftime. I love it. Just under 3 minutes to go over the second half. The away DeMatha Stags up 16-0 over the McNamara Mustangs here in our last visit to Forestville this football season. We are going to be sad that it'll be over, but we were so happy to be able to be here for 3 weeks this season.
Well, it's your home.
It is, but it takes a lot. It takes the support of the program and Dr. Barnhart especially, and all the things he's doing here at McNamara, which are amazing. I know there's a lot of alums out there and folks in the Bishop McNamara community that are pretty excited about Dr. Barnhart's activities here and what he's doing for this school. And you see when you drive on campus. I was telling you, getting a little education at Lorraine Science and Innovation Center. You see that big steeple up top. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the class of 73 is celebrating their reunion this weekend. And my mom was class of 73 at Lorraine. And so all those fine women who came out of that institution.
And McNamara has absorbed
that's right.
Lorraine. And they're keeping what you're talking about, the steeple and all.
Keeping
some of the traditions of Lorraine around so that they can, ingratiate people like your mom into the school.
That's right.
and into the community.
And they were always partners, Lorraine and McNamara, but Lorraine
sister brother school, right?
They love that's right. And but Lorraine, never saw themselves as anything but a legit school of their own. They were obviously very upset to see that school closed down, but the new McNamara that emerged and it has been getting stronger by the second. As evidenced by just this amazing day. We looked around. It's a great turnout. A great day to watch high school football. Two good programs in front of us and T in that first half. Listen, we said it all first half. Even DeMatha was assertive, I think is a good word.
Yeah, DeMatha was assertive. They showed, what a DeMatha team is made out of. McNamara just made too many mistakes that hurt them more than, DeMatha just hurting them themselves. And I think if you're a Mustang supporter right now, you're excited to see that they're going to get the ball first in the second half.
That's right.
And I'd hate to say it, but again, this is a must-score drive and opportunity for these Mustangs for no more than to bring this score a little closer, because DeMatha has proven they can put points on the board, scoring 3 out of their 4 drives in the first half, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Only once did they have to punt. So you got to get this margin shortened, and you got to get it shortened quick before DeMatha gets the ball back in their hands.
Well, that's a fact. This McNamara return team comes onto the field. T.J. Campbell will get deep for the Mustangs. Lawrence Washington will be back there with him. DeMatha will get things started with a kick in the second half. 16-0. It's the outer stretches of a 2-possession game here for McNamara. We'll see what they come out with from the locker room. We've seen the McNamara Mustang coaching staff be very successful at halftime this season in preaching to the kids what needs to happen and what needs to get done. Get an opportunity to put that into action here.
I think he said, look, guys, you've proven on most occasions you can play with this team, but just not on every occasion. When I say that, it's every down. You have to be, if you're a Mustang, you have to give it your all every single down here in the second half. No letdowns.
Micah with a kick, and the ball will be fielded at the 4-yard line. Cambless trying the left side, turning upfield, spin through a tackle, get to the 22-yard line, and that's where the Mustangs will take over.
I'm glad I wasn't on kickoff return.
Whew.
Wow.
TJ Tampless, Mustangs.
It is some large individuals moving quickly.
That happened right in front of us.
Yep. You can hear the shoulder pads pop.
Tristan Thompson, the freshman quarterback. Great first half. He did nothing really to hurt this team. He did everything he can to put this team in a position to be successful, and that's all he needs to do for the second half.
Fortin on the carry. And he'll get about a yard as he was met at or behind the line of scrimmage quickly. I believe that was number 24, Jermaine Minnis.
Yeah, Jermaine Minnis is the leading tackler.
Actually, you know what? He was last to get there. There was of 4 or 5 tacklers. I said his name because I know.
Yeah, Green, number 35, Green was in there too. He was somebody who was hurt early in the season, coming on strong here late in the season.
2nd and 9. Another carry up the middle. Fortin.
Nice run.
Absolutely. Pick up about 4.5. It'll bring up 3rd and manageable here for this offense. It's good to see with Coach Kerry Watson and Nainoa Miguel on the sidelines getting the signals into the quarterback.
Keep an eye on number 9, Emmett Laws. Moving over right now to left tackle.
Right in the middle there, that
for
defensive
the Stags.
line. Fortin makes a man miss, but he's dropped for a gain of, it's right on the sticks. They're going to give it to him. And this is something we've seen from Fortin. He's kind of that what would call that brute finesse. He's not necessarily running away from people in the backfield, but he's shifty and he's able to. You see it right there. Just avoid a tackler.
Blake Hauser, the Richmond commit.
Yeah,
to play for the Spiders.
The Spiders. That's right.
Year. I mean, they just have scholarship player after scholarship player on this defense.
Fortin, Tristan Johnson and Charles Fortin there, they were part of a meeting of DeMatha defensive linemen there in the backfield.
Yep, Jermaine Minnis in on that.
Dylan Newman will check in.
Again, Jermaine Minnis, the leading tackler on this Stags team, very athletic. No one really knows who he is, Bill says, but they're going to learn real fast, and he's a young guy who's going to get a lot more looks later this season and in the future for the Stags.
Dylan Newman in the backfield. I got an idea of what he's back there to do. Provide some protection.
There he is.
And lead block for Charles Fortin, and it's going to be another loss. And
the judge, jury, and executioner, Emmett Laws.
Ooh, I like that. 3rd and 15 here for the Mustangs as Lugard checks in, and Ben Chandler, for that matter, for the Mustangs.
Oh, man, it's going to be fun watching him move on to Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech offering a lot of kids in this area right now.
And you get an offer, and you get an offer. Everyone's getting an offer for Virginia Tech. Tristan to throw. Ben Chandler with a reception, and he's going to be on the right side of the sticks. First down on 3rd and long is Ben Chandler. Again, we said it last week, good things happen when you get the ball in his hands.
What an athletic catch. Goes up high.
Confident throw there from the freshman.
Well, he had two. He had Lugard, too, on a kind of a mirror, skinny post, skinny slant. And maybe not been the most advisable pass, but when you make it work.
DeMatha kind of shifting some guys in there, and Charles Fortin.
The Mustangs catching them a little bit off guard. They weren't quite set defensively.
It's going to be a flag at the end and a face mask, I believe, and we'll see of the 5-yard variety is what I thought I saw the initial referee indicate. And if that's true, it would be good enough for a first down.
Yep.
First down for the Mustangs. 2 first downs on this drive.
It's exactly what you would dial up if you were Coach Calhoun, right? Get some momentum, get positive yardage, keep moving forward. Give yourself a chance.
And uncharacteristic there as the defensive line wasn't set, and McNamara made him pay. Penalty adds him on. Charles Fortin getting a lot of work on this drive. He tries to bounce it out. He spins around just long enough to take a few extra hits as Emmett Laws finishes him off at the end.
Oh,
that's not what you want. Charles Fortin.
First negative play of the series for the Mustangs.
Second and 11 here.
Feel a little wide receiver screen, a little quick pass here.
Got DeQuan Thomas there in the slot.
Don't forget you still got Lugard one-on-one out there on the right, top of your screen.
Flag.
Sideline warning.
That's just a sideline warning. I was going to say, if the back judge, because if the play clock is off, if the farthest away referee calls a delay of game, and I'm Greg Calhoun, I'm going to be pretty upset. All right, it's just a warning. It'll be 2nd and 9 still. Clock moving. Swing it out to Lawrence Washington, and he is met immediately. And that ball's loose. We'll see if someone was able to possess it in bounds.
Antonio Green, linebacker for DeMatha, did a great job of shooting the alley, seeing the play develop right from the start.
Yep, he sure did. The senior, right?
Jumps in there. Lawrence doing a great job of trying to just get whatever he can. Breaks this first tackle by Green. And gets a couple extra strong yards.
It'll be 3rd and long. There's a DeMatha player down here. They'll take a look at him. Hopefully everything. We don't have a good look at anything, so we can't tell. It's Lawrence Washington. Maybe that ball wasn't loose. Maybe it was Lawrence Washington who was loose.
It was just Lawrence fighting for extra yardage. You know, I mean, these Mustangs, they don't quit. We've seen that. They've been down in every game that we've been calling for them, except for the Gonzaga game when they went up early, I think. Right? No, they didn't.
No, Gonzaga.
But they don't quit.
That's
they
right.
don't quit. They are such a tough team. You know, coaches can't talk enough about the character of the players.
Jermaine Minnis was the Stag down, and he jogs back over. That's good to see. Lawrence Washington was able to get some yards back, but still in a 3rd and long situation here for the Mustangs in DeMatha territory.
Mustangs, 3rd down.
Got a little diamond formation on the right side here. Tristan Johnson going to look to run. Trying to spread that defense out, maybe give him a lane, but it wasn't there. Maybe just giving Coach Calhoun a few extra yards here in 2-down territory.
Well, get what you can. I mean, you look at that. You don't want that many white and red players coming at you.
It's going to be fourth and about 8.5, 9 yards here for the Mustangs. Ball on the 43-yard line. Tristan Johnson wants to pass. The flag will come out. Encroachment
on the Stags.
That'll give the Mustangs a little more room to work with here.
Well, that does. It changes things a lot. 4th and 8 now. 4th and 3.
Lawrence Washington in the backfield.
Maybe 4th and 4.
Tristan Johnson immediately under pressure throws. It's got Lugard. It's not good enough for a first down. It'll be a turnover on downs. If he makes a man miss in the backfield, it's a good-looking move by Tristan. But
yeah, that's just it, though. That's what DeMatha's defense did. They made Tristan have to step up in the pocket. The timing was thrown off. Lugard was just doing a short little hitch. But because you're taught, come back to the quarterback until you get the ball, he just got the ball 1 yard too short. So the credit there goes to the Stags defensive line throwing the timing off for the Mustangs.
1st and 10, ball sitting at the 35-yard line as Denzel Gardner will get his first crack at it in the second half. Almost 6 minutes of possession there for the Mustangs, keeping that offense off the field, but here they are. Coombs swinging out to the left. And now he's working in the wrong direction as Lugard brings him down for a loss.
Good pursuit by Lugard. Again, something that we didn't see 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago from Lugard. He's learning to play that position for the first time, and his motor is getting better and better each game.
Ben Chandler, one of the guys able to turn Ben Coombs back inside. Second and long here for the Stags. Handoff up the middle.
The only lineman for the Stags we haven't mentioned, so we might as well mention him now, number 50, center, Isaiah Minder, 6'2", 265. He's the tiny senior.
It's going to be about 3rd and 10 here as they're able to get some of those yards back on that play. Denzel Gardner waits for the snap. Ben Chandler maybe showing a little something. Gardner looking for a man he's got. What a throw. Good job. Wide receiver checked back.
Again, it's just an over-under read. You got a flat route, you got a curl route. Back in my day, we called that 95. And what allows that play to be successful is great protection up front.
Emmanuel Dyson with a first down catch for the Stags. Coombs in the backfield. Coombs. A little bowling ball action as Dylan Newman held up his man, but unable to make the stop, and with a nice first down gains, Bud Coombs.
Second down.
Ben Chandler on the tackle. Vincent in motion. There's the handoff, and Lugard and Dylan Newman in the backfield for a loss on first down.
Dylan Newman, talking to Coach McGregor yesterday, the one name he brought up first, he goes, I like that number 7 on Mustangs. Man, he is a football player. Newman doing a great job. Got a chance to talk to his dad, Jason, one more time today. So happy, so proud of his young man. It's a lot of respect when the opposing head coach calls your name out.
Quick pass out to the left side. And he's loose. Breaks through an arm tackle. That's Elijah Lee inside the 20 for the Stags. He's able to get the running back on the outside.
Arm tackles, that's what you do. You can throw a little screen to the running back on the outside. And he's not coming down with just arm tackles. He's going to break through them, and then he shows his speed. Also showing his speed is number 18, Bryson Shelton, on defense for saving the touchdown.
First and goal here as the nose of the ball is on the 10. So they can't get a first down. They got 10 yards to pay dirt. Denzel Gardner, quick pass out to the left. And he'll be dropped quickly by the Mustangs defense.
Go to it again with Dyson this time.
Jared Satterwhite on the tackle. You got to keep your eye on number 4 in this part of the field, T. Denzel Gardner will hurt you, break your heart with his legs.
And he'll do it on called quarterback runs or when the play breaks down.
Single coverage here on the near side with nobody else in sight. Runs up the middle. Be a gain of about a yard and a half.
Newman once again making his presence known.
3rd and goal.
Introducing himself to Elijah Lee.
Nice little battle over here. We're not, Andrew Hicks on defense for the Mustangs and LeVar Keys. They had the entire field to themselves over here. And that'll be the case again. 3rd and goal from the 9. Gardner gives up the middle. It's Elijah Lee, and he'll be stopped at the 7-yard line.
Now how about this Mustangs front 4? Giving a little bit of resistance.
Zach Betts,
not bending.
Dylan Newman in the middle of that action.
Not bending to this incredibly huge Stags offensive line and running game. And they're going to have to settle for a field goal, Ken.
Micah coming out to attempt. Clock still running. We're almost a minute and a half left in what has been a very speedy 3rd quarter of action.
Yeah, only 2 possessions, right?
That's right. And that's good on the offensive coordinators and the quarterbacks and everybody executing on offense for both these teams here coming out of the locker room. Kick is away. It's low, but it is good. The DeMatha Stags, with another 3 points, stake themselves to a 19-0 lead.
And all 19 of those points, hard earned.
Yeah.
Nothing was given. The one first touchdown was, a little bit of a breakaway run, but outside of that, DeMatha has had to earn everything they can get. And the Mustangs forcing them into 2 field goal situations.
Mason Samuels is the deep back on this kickoff. Actually, Lawrence Washington will switch with him, and he'll be the deep back.
You can kind of see the vision here for Coach Calhoun, right? I mean, once he gets it to a point where he has offensive linemen going one way, defensive linemen going one way, he doesn't have two-way players. They can hone their craft a little bit more. They can clean up some things that just hurt them in the long run. That's the vision right now for Coach Calhoun. You're seeing little bits and pieces of it.
And I'm excited to see if Lawrence Washington can get some open field in front of him. We saw what he can do in tight spaces, and he's a hard runner. Let's see if he's going to be able to field this ball. His back foot, that'll push him into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And no one's more upset about that than number 32, as he wanted to return that ball. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 20.
Mustangs, first down.
Tristan Johnson back out on the field, and can't say enough about this true freshman.
He's played a heck of a game. Again, he's just done what he's been asked. He hasn't been asked to do more than he can do, and he certainly hasn't fallen short of his duties today.
Handoffs to Lawrence Washington, and he'll be dropped for no gain. Tyler Faison. I believe that was number 15.
Nice to see Tyler getting in there. Make his daddy proud. His daddy, Hezekiah Faison, one of the two-way players back in my day. He didn't play every down two ways, but when we really needed it, they threw him out there on defense. Big supporter of the program.
10-2 Mustang on the ground. Been hard for the Mustangs to get something going. They've benefited from some penalties. They converted on 3rd and long in that last drive. You gotta get the feeling though. Now that was a first down run. That number 17 here, Tristan Johnson, is gonna have to. What they're gonna ask, they're gonna be asking a little bit more from him, I think, here going forward in the second half. Lawrence Washington able to get up under his own power and look like maybe just a stinger in his quad.
That would put you out for the rest of the day. Lawrence? He'll be back.
He'll be back.
You? Not so much.
I don't appreciate that. You know what? You got to play through the pain sometimes.
My money's on Lawrence.
2nd and 10. Johnson to pass. He's looking for Lugard on the boundary. Ball sails out of bounds.
You got to learn how to use the 6'8" height to your advantage. Put it up there where only he can get it.
There's a lot of area up there where only he can get it. Third and 10. Tristan Johnson to throw. Climbs the pocket.
Yep.
And for a second he saw it, but Emmett Law's what he's been doing all day long. He closes up that hole quick, fast, and in a hurry. It'll be 4th and 12.
Emmett Law is just so good. You see him right here. He gets engaged, he tries to fight, but he sees Tristan going, and he just sheds the blocker and slides to his right. Textbook D-line play right there.
Special teams on for the Mustangs. Will be a punt. Keontae Glenn deep for the Mustangs. And that's it. After 3 quarters, again, we said it was a fast quarter. Came out of the locker room, both teams playing pretty tight. 3 points was all we saw in third quarter of play, and it went by like lightning. Fourth quarter will get started here with a McNamara punt, but 1 quarter left. Going to ask a lot of that McNamara defense here.
Well, DeMatha puts up 13 in the first quarter, 3 in the second, and only 3 in the third. Again, right at this point, 19-0. Right now, you're just seeing more improvement from this Mustangs team. It's going to take a whole heck of a lot to climb back into this game, but these games have been different in the past at this point.
Yeah, we've watched them up close and personal. Yeah, Coach Calhoun things haven't necessarily gotten away from him in the squad. And you see the coaching going on the sidelines right now as the quarterbacks are meeting on the near side. And there's Coach Calhoun imploring his defense to get him that ball back. Zach Betts, Ben Chandler in there. You got to believe Dylan Newman's somewhere in that mix. Central to everything they've been doing this year. Who's that deep for? Is that Brandon Newman? Deep for the Stags to receive.
Looks like 86, Brandon Newman.
Snaps on the ground. Ball's loose. Punts away. Keontae Glenn able to get it off. And it'll be down at about the 32-yard line. And they got to consider themselves fortunate that the ball didn't get blocked or a worse result. It's Keontae Glenn.
Oh, way to field the
ball.
ball.
Keeping that ball out of the end zone, and he gets it away just in time. And that was Emmett Laws. He's everywhere. He sure is.
He's the law.
He is the Laws.
He's everywhere.
Denzel Gardner, Ben Coombs back in action here. Keeper for Denzel over the left side. And he's fighting his way through arm tackles, and he'll be close to a first down for DeMatha.
Just such a pure, smooth runner. He runs with speed, with force. Pretty good vision.
Here he is, squirting
See
out.
how under control he is as he runs that ball with people pursuing him.
And it'll be second and short here for DeMatha on the near side. Coombs gets the carry. He tries the right side. I think that's good enough for a first down. It is. It'll be 1st and 10 for DeMatha. Lugard shakes a block to make the tackle. 1st and 10, though. Ball on the 20-yard line. Denzel to throw. He wants the back corner of the end zone. The tender receiver was Emmanuel Dyson. It looked like Bryson Shelton
Been
in
making
coverage.
a lot of plays today for that defensive backfield.
Good throw by Denzel Gardner. Couldn't get any better than that. And if you look at the shadows, you can see what Emmanuel Dyson was looking back at. I hate to give excuses, but you can see where the shadows are coming from. He was looking right back in the sun. Coombs over the right tackle. Flag down as he squirts through the offensive line. At the moment, it'll be a touchdown. We'll see what the referee calls. Looks like it's going to be holding on DeMatha.
Look at that little cut. He dips, gets low, sheds any kind of contact, but looks like this ball is coming back.
Reminiscent of the first quarter when he broke one that was brought back, and it didn't take many plays after until it was back in the end zone. Tell you what, when Mason Lindsay comes on the field, it's impossible to miss him. Gardner, with time, squirts out of the pocket, making his way inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for DeMatha.
That front line just wearing down the Mustangs. Such a tough running game to stop. You know, DeMatha's going to keep putting that ball on the ground and keep winding this clock down. I should know. That's Bill McGregor football for you right there.
First down, DeMatha.
Gardner, once again, they're going to call pass interference there on Jason Adams, I believe.
Yeah, I think he was up a little too much contact maybe.
Pass interference.
Playing with his
here
back to the ball.
Face guarding him. Got a little too much contact. Doesn't turn around and make a play on the ball at all.
It'll stay 1st down for DeMatha. Ball will be placed at the 4.5-yard line.
At this point, you know that the Mustangs just need a miracle play. Fumble, interception, something. They haven't had many breaks today.
Gardner to throw, jump pass. Intended receiver there was Brandon Newman.
Yeah, and that's because the penetration here by the Mustangs up front, they just throw all the timing off
That was the most dangerous ball of the day. No one in the area, obviously, but Brandon Newman didn't know it was there. That's what you talk about, a miracle play. If the wide receiver doesn't know the ball's there, that's an advantage for the defense. But no Mustangs in the area to hurt DeMatha there. Coombs with the carry.
Is that Lugard coming right off the edge?
Ben Chandler, and they're pushing him on forward now. They're going to call forward progress stopped before the end zone.
No, Chandler. Chandler coming off the edge.
The DeMatha offensive line picked him up and carried him in. It'll be third down at the 3.
I mean, this DeMatha line, it's 265.
Yeah.
What is it? 265, 330, 3.
Gardner under center. Handoff to the up man. And the up back takes it in. Remy Robinson, the senior fullback, getting in the end zone for DeMatha. That's another 6. It'll be 25-0 pending the extra point. It might have been the first time we saw Denzel under center all day.
Yeah, but when you got 1 330-pounder, 2 320-pounders, a 315, and a 265 up front, the fourth quarter, that wears on you. That is going to tire anybody out, and it's just something really hard to stop.
Kick is up. Good. 26-0. DeMatha over McNamara. And with 9.5 minutes to go.
Mustangs 0, Stags 26.
McNamara looking to get on the board.
Well, there's no quit in them.
It's good to see the crowd out here, though. Everyone came out today for Senior Day. I mean, stands packed, standing room only all around us, which is just the way we like it. People are sweating out here, man. It is hot.
And I just had a B go in my soda.
And there's a B&T soda.
You know.
Just having a rough day, man. Lawrence Washington back. TJ Campbell's back as well for the Mustangs. TJ will field this. In play. He makes a man miss, and he's off to the races. Got to beat the kicker. Micah with a tackle. Held his ground.
That is the highlight of that young man's season right there. You can't let the kicker bring you down, TJ Chambliss. What are you doing, man? That was yours. But what a great big play for the Mustangs. TJ Chambliss right there doing it, getting it done. We knew that they had players that could do it. But you can't let the kicker get you, bud. Come on.
Well, he couldn't make. He was covered out to the left.
You could see that Micah doesn't really participate in many of the tackling drills, but he does what he has to do to get it done. Great job by the kicker. He didn't do that in soccer.
Best return of the day for the Mustangs. Let's see what Tristan Johnson can do with this field position.
Look at that. The whole team greeting him on the sidelines. That's great. I don't know if TJ's ever going to live that one down. I'll be sure to remind him. A little bit of a WWE
Tristan
tackle.
Out to the right. Campbell's unable to bring it down. He had some room to run. Be 2nd and 10 for McNamara.
Mustang, 2nd down.
Did he hear footsteps of the kicker here?
Take it easy.
Nah, he wanted to go. It's
Lawrence Washington in the backfield.
You want to
go
make a play before you get it.
Washington brought down.
Okay, number 32, Lawrence Washington.
Parker Whiteford, the junior linebacker. Tristan to pass. Complete. It'll be 4th and short.
I don't know what he saw. He had the timing down, but he held it for a half a second longer. Maybe if he throws it on time, it's right at the sticks. Again, this is experience. This is all experience for Tristan.
Mustangs, 4th down.
It's one thing to get all the training and do all the things in the off season, but nothing like learning out there on the field playing some serious ball.
Tristan Johnson to throw, going deep. Almost picked off. Mason Samuels, the intended receiver. Jeremiah Harris in coverage for the Stags.
It just looked like the wide receiver and quarterback weren't on the exact same page. Looks like Tristan wanted to go a little deeper. He had an opportunity, though.
Mason made up some of that ground. We know how fast he is. He's got speed for days. Turnover on downs. DeMatha, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I just saw one of the coaches look at Mason and say, get upfield, upfield. You had a chance to get upfield. He kind of took it a little too flat. You could see by the way that Tristan threw that ball, he threw it deeper. Missed opportunity there for the Mustangs. Elijah Lee, who Bill calls the big back.
And he gets the carry on 1st down. It's a gain. They're looking at it.
Tackle by number 23.
It's 1st down. A 1st down run on 1st down for DeMatha. Denzel Gardner will take a seat.
Stags, 1st down.
New quarterback in. Handoff goes to Elijah Lee. Let's see, we got Ben Raines, number 19.
Yeah, Coach says Ben has a lot of the tools it takes. He's just young and not experienced himself. Right now, just feels real comfortable with Denzel in there. Says he's the most reliable player, but Ben Raines putting the work in to try to be the best backup he can.
DeMatha with a timeout. It'll be 2nd and 8 when we get back. I just got a little sting. I'll tell you what, we got some activity out here.
You're not crying.
I know.
It's good.
I'm working on it. I've been working on it.
Love your toughness.
This ball sitting right at midfield. 7.5 minutes to go. DeMatha would love nothing more. Let's just run this clock out. Coach Calhoun telling his team he's still got reps, still got chances.
Well, as you always appropriately point out, Ken, I don't know if there's another team in this country who has a tougher schedule than McNamara.
Ben Chandler, the first guy there. As Elijah Lee's brought down, it'll be 3rd down for DeMatha. This clock stays moving here. Rains. And there's the give. Over the right side. Darius Harrell. 5'8" running back. It's going to bring up 4th down. And they'll send in the punt team.
Well, it doesn't look like anybody told Jaden Bird, number 8 and 9, or Kendrick Young, or Jalen Higginbotham, or Dylan
Zach
Newman,
Betts.
or Zach Betts that they're losing by 26 points.
Nope.
I'll tell you that.
A little wind action. Picking up here. Right on cue for a special teams play. Campbell fields the punt inside the 15. Looks like we'll get a flag there at the end.
Stop on the whistle.
It'll be a few extra yards to give McNamara's offense a little extra room to work with.
It might have been the last-minute shove. That was so unnecessary.
Personal foul. McNamara will get good field position to start. Tristan Johnson back on the field, and valuable reps here for the freshman.
Well, they're invaluable because they're going to be forced to throw the ball. This is where you kind of grow up a little bit. Once you see it, once you do it yourself, it's a whole new ball game after that.
Looks right. Gets out of the pocket and throws it away. I'll go down as a smart play. No, doesn't get sacked. Stops the clock. Doesn't turn it over.
Well, you see it in young players a lot. So many times today, Tristan has dropped back, and it looks like he wants to throw the ball, and then he kind of does a pump. It's just not. He's not confident yet in hitting that that last step and letting it go and letting the play kind of develop. Again, that's where the experience comes into play. Once you see it, once you go back and look at it on film, then you understand what you got to do the next time you go out there.
There's the handoff inside. So that'll be the first carry of the day for Jalen Roberts, number 9.
Carry number 9, Jalen Roberts. Go down.
I believe Jalen's a senior. I think we're going to see some seniors now. I could be mistaken. Third and 6. Tristan to throw. Flag down in the backfield, usually in the area of holding. Pass was incomplete. As it stands, we'll see if we can get a sense of who that is.
Yeah, it's going to be holding.
See if DeMatha accepts or declines.
They should probably decline it.
I think they're going to take it. Move back. Looks like they are.
Holding offense.
We'll get a sign. I haven't seen yet from the referee. Yep, okay. They're accepting the penalty. It'll be 3rd and long. See what Coach Watson throws in here. Tristan looking to throw. Jump pass. Jalen Roberts underneath. Faison.
Faison coming in out of nowhere. Showing great closing speed there.
Gain of about 5.
Got that from his mom, though.
Super nice lady. Met her for the first time today. 4th and 10. 4.5 minutes to go here.
There you go. You let it
Lugard.
go.
Incomplete. In traffic. As he was sideways trying to catch that ball. Wouldn't have been good enough for a first. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Look like Dante Jackson.
Number 10, Parker Whiteford.
And
Ben Raines.
DeMatha can easily run this clock out now.
Ball sitting on the 27.
Looks like they moved Booker to left tackle. Bringing in some new guys, Zion Smith.
Coombs with the handoff.
Just a 6'5", 305-pound reserve for the DeMatha Stags up front.
DeMatha will be content to keep the clock moving. With no play clock on the field, we don't have a sense of how close we are getting down to 0, but I'm confident that the referee is letting Ben Raines know. Likely when we get under 5. There's the handoff. It goes to Darius Harrell. And that'll be good enough for a first down.
First down.
It won't be first and goal. I apologize. It'll be first down. 1st and 10. At the 17-yard line. Just about 3 minutes to go here in the game. DeMatha looking to bleed this clock dry. Another inside give. It's Ben Chandler with the stop. Gain of 2 on the play. Also in on the tackle, Kendrick Young. He's been busy today.
There was a penalty on the Stags.
It'll back them up 10 yards. It'll stay first down. 1st and long. Ben Raines in there. Harrell in the backfield. And Darius gets the handoff. He's got some room to run, and he scoots around the left side. Inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal for DeMatha as he gets out of bounds. He just kept running through tackles. I think everyone looks...
The junior running back doesn't get very many opportunities. You know he wants to put that ball in the end zone. Upset with himself that he can't turn in the corner here. Just trying to make everything out of every little opportunity he can get. Now this is familiar formation for me.
Up back again. 2 drives in a row.
Kai Jones, fullback.
Flag.
Sophomore fullback goes right up the middle on the I formation.
I believe.
Our bread and butter formation.
We'll see what the call is. The flag came in well after he passed into the end zone.
Look how happy that young man is.
The touchdown will stand. It is a personal foul on McNamara. And DeMatha is extending this lead up and over 30 points.
It didn't feel like a 30-point game to me. The way that this Mustang team competed,
It's really the fourth quarter. I mean, obviously DeMatha had the lead the whole time, but
that's expected when you have, a mostly two-platoon team in DeMatha going against guys that are two-way players.
Yeah, Iron Manning.
On McNamara, again, we said that's the vision for Calhoun. He's got the players. He just needs to develop some depth and some line play that can handle, lines that, like the Stags do, average I think it's about 310. I mean, that constant wearing down, and then Zach Betts has to go to the offensive side of the ball and try to do the same thing to the Stags on the other side when you got a guy like Emmett Laws, lined up against you. The fourth quarter, you're tired.
Yeah, you fight against Mason Lindsay for a series and then Emmett Laws for a series. It's a long day. It's a real long day.
But wherever he goes, he's going to be battle-tested. Some program's going to be so happy to have him.
Kick is up and good. It'll be a 33-0 ball game as the extra 5 yards didn't bother Micah none. Two and a half to go here in Forestville.
Looking forward next week.
A quiet scene. Again, the DeMatha's kind of taking everyone's breath away here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Taking a little bit of the life out of the
Let's take a preview of next week, though, Ken. You got the DeMatha Stags have the week off. McNamara goes up against Good Counsel, and we will be at the St. John's Gonzaga game on I Street to finish up the regular season and set the 1 through 4 for the playoffs. It looks like McNamara will be the lone team in this division on the outside looking in.
No, I thought they called the personal foul on McNamara. That's the direction the referee pointed his hand. That they're marching the penalty off against DeMatha.
Well, the referees are tired, too. They pointed the wrong way.
They pointed the wrong way. It's just an errant point. So this ball.
There goes Bill McGregor's family, extended family, his 2 daughters and grandchildren, and how about that, his mom.
This ball is going to be fielded. TJ Cambliss on the move. And he'll be brought down just inside the 30-yard line.
Return from number 11, TJ Cambliss.
See, the loudspeaker's saying Chambliss too. I asked last week and they told me Cambliss. I always want to count on the people.
I don't like correcting you very often. That's why I said Chambliss.
I said,
but at DeMatha, I got an education that told me CH is the ch sound.
We were saying. I just want to apologize to the Chambliss family. We were saying Chambliss, and then someone corrected me here on the ground and told me to say Cambliss. I think they were messing
with you.
I guess they were.
We'll find
that is no good, and the flag is coming down.
It was that guy. I'll get it.
It's going to be a penalty against McNamara. It'll back him up 5 yards. I don't know, legal substitution maybe? I'm not quite sure how you illegally whatever the right arm on the left shoulder is. I'm out of it. 1st and 15. We'll get a look at Zach Butler at quarterback. That's Coach Calhoun giving his bench a little bit of activity now. Running back's holding his wrist, his arm there. Hopefully he's okay. I believe it's Andre Watkins.
Yeah, he looks like.
Hopefully he's okay.
Injury.
You saw that even the DeMatha players were waving over to get him some help.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly don't want to see anyone get hurt. In 2 minutes to go of a 33-point game. We'll get that scoreboard updated for you on the screen. All right, looks like we're going to get back underway here. Jalen Roberts back in at running back for the Stangs. Lugard. The catch and run. It'll bring up third down. We have a flag on the play. Penalty is against DeMatha. And it's a 15-yard variety, so that will be good for a first down for McNamara.
Mustangs first down.
Get the flags back in the right spot here. All right, 1st and 10. Zach Butler. Shotgun formation here. Looking to throw. And he has a receiver. It's Markel McFadden.
Nice little play by Zach Butler, the young QB. Catch and toss. Move it.
The senior gets a catch here on senior day.
Mustangs second down.
Nice little execution.
Into DeMatha territory, 2nd and short. Clock on the move. Zach to throw. He's on the move to his left, and he's going to keep it. And that's good for a first down for McNamara.
Nice play again. He kept his poise. He wasn't there. Didn't force anything, and he picks up a huge first down for the Stangs.
First down. Carried by number 17.
Under a minute to play here. Mustangs have a couple more plays here to go on senior day. See who they can get the ball to. Butler to throw. Climb in the pocket. With the intended receiver in Xavier Woods.
No, actually it was Bryson Shelton again.
No, number 16.
18. Oh, you're right. 16, Xavier Woods. His hair. His hair was covering his number.
Great hair.
Jealousy's a terrible thing.
2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 38 seconds.
I love the look of Jalen Roberts there in the background. He's running back / defensive lineman. He looks every bit of the defensive lineman part, but I wouldn't want to tackle him. Here he is.
He's going to get the ball up the middle. A little bit of steam. It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Timeout.
McNamara takes a timeout with 33 seconds to go.
They so badly want to get this ball in the end zone. And DeMatha wants to pitch the shutout. A little mini game as it is.
That's right, absolutely. There's always something going on here at the end. Looks like that's the last of
Is it bad that the
few of these players.
that the DeMatha Stag is actually pulling for the Mustangs a little bit here?
Oh, no, you got 33
They're
seconds.
great hosts, you know. It's the least I can
I
do.
want to see the home team get into the end zone. It's a gorgeous end zone, Tioga Jackson Field.
That's in the eye of the beholder.
The maroon and gold, baby. Shout out to Tioga. I'm sure he's working this weekend, right? Calling a college game
bet.
out west.
Sounds like it. He's doing a great job.
Third and 5. Butler and Roberts in the backfield. Ball's on the ground. A little miscommunication between Butler and Roberts, I believe. Oh, no, it was a pitch to Mason Samuels. I think they're going to call that an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down. And at first I thought it was an errant handoff, a bad handoff, but they did get the forward pass call there. Mason Samuels, one of the faster kids in the WCAC. Haven't been able to get him the ball in open space. And McNamara Byrne, I believe their last time out, but we'll see. They're not update. We don't got an update on that on the board. So, Coach Calhoun give his troops one last motivational speech here on this 4th down.
He's coaching to the end.
Absolutely, and that's actually, you know what? That's pretty cool to see. When you're second year in, trying to put together a program here in McNamara, there's no wasted opportunities. Now, if it was 5 or 6 degrees, maybe a drizzly, icy rain, maybe keep a couple of those timeouts in your pocket. But if it's 80 degrees and it's sunny and you know it feels like it's July, come on, let's take all day. Let's do it. Let's enjoy it. McNamara looking to convert on 4th down. DeMatha Stags looking to close this thing out. Butler out to his right. He's going to try to run for it. He's got enough yards for a 1st down. And he'll get to the sideline to stop the clock with 22 seconds to go. Zach Butler's made it a little exciting here at the end for McNamara.
He absolutely has. He's come in, thrown a couple balls on time, made a couple scrambles, picked up a couple 1st downs himself.
Mason Samuels there providing a little path there for the quarterback. First down. Butler climbing the pocket again, making a move. He's at the 10-yard line, and he's inside the 10. Coach Calhoun's telling his players to get back on the line of scrimmage. There's 13 seconds to go as they stop the clock to move the chains. It's 1st and goal. Clock's moving now. Butler looking to clock it.
Adrian Perry on the tackle, come from behind, saving a touchdown tackle.
We'll see how many seconds. I'm going to say there was about 7.5 seconds to go when he clocked it. We'll see what the referee says.
Is this Lugard time?
It would be nice. Lugard's back on the field. It looked like he was done for the day. So they were willing to let some of these other players get on the field, but Lugard got his helmet on, and he's now on the field. Referees are going to chit-chat about how much time's left.
If that's the call they call, Zach Butler's just got to give Lugard a chance to catch it. Don't throw it out of bounds. Throw it high. Let his 6'8" frame have an opportunity to go up above and get it at its highest point if that's where they decide to go with this final play.
So with 5.6, you said it earlier, average play is about 6 seconds. This very well could be the last play of the game.
It looks like he'll be lined up against Darryl Carey, number 8, defense back for the Stags, 6'2", 185, only giving up 6 inches.
It's an 8-on-8.
Oh, no, Lugard's coming out. Interesting.
There's a flag.
Is this delay of game? Oh.
It's an illegal substitution.
Yeah, you can't have 12 guys out there and then tell one guy to go back.
It looked like Lugard might have been the extra guy. Either way, it's a tough 5 yards to give up. Well, again, you get inside the 10. Last thing you want to do is give up 5.
Well, they've been making it harder on themselves all day long.
Mason Samuels will now be the wide. Wide to the right. Butler wants him to come in motion. Butler under pressure. He's looking for the end zone. He'll be out at the 4-yard line. Clock says 0, and that'll do it.
And that's the game, folks.
After 4 quarters, DeMatha 33, Bishop McNamara 0 on Senior Day here in Forestville. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'd like to thank everybody here at McNamara for giving us such a great season in Forestville. Letting First Amendment Sports be a part of their story this year. He's Tim Strachan.
Appreciate everybody. Thanks for being with us today. Be with us next week with the St. John's Gonzaga matchup.
I'm Ken Meringolo. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.